guys are all lining up here. Oh, they're all doing the animation together. Oh! That's cool. Hang on. Oh, there we go. There's the other one. I wasn't looking. I didn't see anything. Alright. And, yeah, so these are bounties. So essentially, lots of creatures have been infused with the magic from the ley lines. And so now they are
Hordes of creatures
supercharged.
driven insane by ley energy are coming from all over. Are you going to help?
And now they're supercharged and killing everything around them. So kind of like what we saw in Bloodstone Fen, but less Bloodstone-y, at least in terms of how they look and feel. But yeah, so essentially some of that's happening, and you can see that it's a side effect of some of the Elder Dragons dying and all the magical energy that's like seeping out into the world. Things are starting to destabilize, and we're seeing that with local wildlife pretty much all over the world. So it's a sign of more to come. And Captain Rahim from the gate, hello.
Sorry for the gate earlier. I get all kinds of people in here, and the stories they tell to get inside. Not that I blame them, but the city can only take so many before bursting. So, I take it you're here for Balthazar.
I am. I'm looking for a place to start. Any information you have would be helpful.
Well, your guildmates are being hosted by the chief counselor at the Civic Center. She can fill you in about the state of the city and the surrounding area. And she might know something about Balthazar, too.
Sounds good. Anything from the ground level? Someone who's dealt with him or his army firsthand?
My deputy Ayub is at the camp run by Comir's priesthood. The refugees there may be of help. And then there's... How do you feel about getting a little lower than ground level to find what you want? I have a deputy assigned to the local smugglers, the Hamasine. Name a case. Not so sure he's mine anymore. But you might seek him out, if you don't mind walking on that side of the line, of course.
I think I can stomach it.
You'll find them at the casino. Tread lightly.
Okay. So we got our work cut out for us. I suppose we should check on the Chief Counselor in Marb first. What's going on around? Okay, that's the refugee camp. But like, the Chief Council, like, I suppose we should look into that, especially if Ritlock and Kaz are moving in there. Yeah, so this city it's just insane how much it's grown since Guild Wars 1. I love it. And the pyramids and stuff, they're really cool. That's how far they've come. And I guess they're not wasting all their resources trying to go for Ascension anymore.
Maybe with all these Outlanders arriving, the Council won't need to beg Joko to defend us.
What are you talking about? Our council's kept the city free all these years. Why would they betray us now? You've been listening to too much of Zalambur's nonsense. Any good he manages to do is just for public relations. We have to trust in Iman and our council.
Your family and friends lost your homes to the sandstorm, and she's yet to do anything for any of you.
Our situation can wait. There are others in greater need right now.
So it seems that people are debating on who to receive help from. Help from Joko. I guess what's happening there? Because yeah, a notable feature about Amnoon is these people. They have remained free from the influence of Palawa Joko down further to the south. So he controls all of Alona now. He's an undead lich. He conquered it. Sort of between Guild Wars 1 and 2. Yeah. So in Guild Wars 1, he like near the end of the Nightfall campaign, he breaks loose as a side effect of some of the things that were happening. He's an ancient enemy of Alona, and he's controlling the whole kingdom now. But he hasn't extended up this far. Like, he hasn't gone past sort of a bone wall that's about there. And there's some questions as to why. Like, what the hell? Like, why does he have the power for it? How has Amnoon remained free of his influence? Well, it seems to an extent he might have been. This again. Maybe he's going for diplomacy now, so good, like sort of reaching out to them, perhaps like going, "I'll save you from the Forge if you serve me." People are worried about that at least. And Zalambur, look who they mentioned, like, seems like a shady dude, someone they were talking about. Alright, what's happening over here?
Ahai, Commander. Your guildmates were just regaling us with tales of your adventures. You honor us. It's not every day a Dragon Slayer walks through our door.
The counselor must have misunderstood my part of the story, where she wouldn't be bending over backward to inflate your ego. Well, thank you for the compliment, but this time, I'm not after a dragon. I'm after Balthazar. Do you have any information on his whereabouts?
The god himself? We only know he's constantly on the move, chasing who knows what. And that Amnoon is essentially surrounded by his troops, which maybe you have some insight into. We're at a bit of an impasse. Joko's government sent representatives of the Morden Crescent to Amnoon to offer military support against the Forged. The Morden Crescent may no longer be the honorable Sunspears they once were, but they would make powerful allies. And in a time like this, we need all the help we can get.
You people have history books? Open any one of them and it'll tell you short-term gains bring long-term trouble.
The Chief Counselor has the right idea. We should be grateful the Morden Crescent are even considering helping us. We should fly Joko's standard and make it clear we welcome his kingdom's support.
We've resisted Joko for years. I'm not about to let him waltz in. And without a fight? Never. It's nonsense. Our only option is to align ourselves with Cormyr's priesthood and the remaining Sunspears.
Allying with either side will only lead to future conflict. Amnoon has been independent, and should remain independent. And round it goes. I'd welcome any counsel you might have, Commander.
The Morden Crescent, so they're former Sunspears. So when Joko took over, some of the Sunspears willingly betrayed their comrades, and others were killed and resurrected as undead, forced to serve him. These Sunspears became the Morden Crescent, and also the undead ones, their minds are kind of warped to the point where they willingly serve eventually. And so they're a very, very deadly force of Alona's military. Let's talk to this person first, get some local perspective.
It must be easy for you, Char, to dismiss the threat we face. Joko is nobody's first choice, but we can't afford to turn down the Archon's offer. The Morden Crescent are the only ones with the strength to ensure our survival.
The Sunspears' numbers are weakened, but their involvement could still be a beacon of hope. Their order has sacrificed everything to defy Joko and the Morden Crescent. They'll protect us from the Forged.
Amnoon must remain independent. Our doors have always been open. It's how we survived this long. The moment we pick a side, we're asking for trouble from the others.
And you, Counselor? You're awfully quiet over there.
There are no good options here. All of these plans are suicidal. I can't endorse any of them.
Okay, so he's essentially given up. Not so sure about the Morden Crescent. They seem to have Flame Legion written all over them, and look how that turned out. What do you two got to say?
Spear Marshal Cormyr was a local hero, even before she fought a fallen god and took his power. Her Sunspears have always encouraged these people to keep fighting, even when darkness is closing in. They may be a small group now, but an alliance with the Sunspears would be the light in the dark this city needs.
These people should just look out for themselves. The minute these yapping windbags let a creature like Joko into this city, they give up any hope of freedom. He might be the biggest gun around here, but what happens after the Forged are defeated? Every decision you make has a cost. In this case, all the people have to do is serve Joko forever after they die. What a deal!
Yeah, that sounds like a very shitty option. Ridlock is going the typical Char approach and be like, yeah, fuck it, do it yourself. Not sure if they have that option, so maybe the Sunspears are the best choice. But then again, that causes these people to risk Joko attacking them. But I feel like, I mean, these people have resisted Joko for a long time, even before the Forge turned up. So if Joko was going to conquer them, he would have done it already regardless. And I think these people are deluding themselves if they think a creature like Joko cares that they haven't openly supported Sunspears. He's coming for them sooner or later. And now, I mean, they're in contact with Lion's Arch now, so I suppose we can protect them. So I'm going to vote Sunspears. They need all the support they can get, and I need all the support I can get. Maybe I can do some more background information just to see what she says. Ask away, I'll tell whatever I can. Tell me about Amnoon's troubles. Amnoon is called the Free City for a reason. We've always done things on our own, and all are welcome here. But with the Forged and the Storm, the city's on the edge of disaster. So the Storm is probably the Branded that are nearby. So do you think it's finally time for Amnoon to seek aid? I'm not sure. Her independence is a point of pride. We've been recruiting Cavaliers, and maybe we simply need to recruit more. But it may not be enough, and our people are suffering. Now tell me about the Sun Spears. The Sun Spears were Alona's defenders. The goddess Cormyr herself was once a Sun Spear. But Joko has done everything in his power to weaken their name and number. So what can the Sun Spears offer then? They may be few, but they're dedicated, and they're a symbol of resistance. The Alliance might help them rally. If we got help from Cormyr's priesthood as well, we could have a chance. So what about Joko and the Awakened? Joko, one of the most powerful necromancers in the land. He seized control of much of the desert through trickery and the force of his undead awakened army. Awakened is what he calls them, I guess. So why are we even considering him? There are those within his domain who love him and swear by his leadership, and his army is bigger than anything we could muster. It would be a desperate act, but these are desperate times. Do I need to know about Amnoon? Oh, no, okay, I already heard that. I think these people have just got to seize whatever advantage they can. Joker's coming sooner or later, but I don't know, maybe he'll at least be delayed for a while having to fight the Forged, if they are fighting. Alright, let's go to the Sun Spears.
Thank you for your input, Commander. We'll fly the symbol of Cormyr and the Sun Spear Resistance. Amnoon will be a wellspring of hope, a light for the rest of the desert to follow.
Cormyr be praised.
Oh, good thinking. There's no way history will repeat itself when this is all over.
I'm inspired already.
King Joko will make sure we regret this decision. You just killed us all!
The Sun Spears are a liability. They need our help more than we need theirs.
A moment, Commander?
Maybe we made the wrong call there. Independence of the Sun Spears just can't offer much. Then, who knows?
These people are desperate, caught up in a war they don't understand. Balthazar came to the desert for Kralkatorrik, not for them. But why? Why is he doing it? This is why I wanted you to pick the Sun Spears, to represent Cormyr. She might guide us to answers or intervene in Balthazar's actions, especially if his goal is noble, but his path is not.
Your hope is inspiring.
Thanks. Have you heard from Tiny?
I couldn't get a clear signal. Guess I should try again. I have some big news to share. There must be some place that's clear of interference. I'll look once I've finished gathering information.
So Cormyr's only going to intervene if we let a priesthood have a bit more power? That's not going to be the best thing in the world. It's not that, it's not like that in the game. It's just I feel like a Char might think about that. But well, I need allies to know the terrain, and so I need to draw the Sun Spears in. So that's the way I would look at it as a Char. Look, buddy, calm down. Don't kill them. We need them. Well, let's move out. Alright, where to next? Who else is in the city? I can let's check out the refugees first. It's a little bit further away, but I think we need direct accounts before we go scrambling.
Did you hear the news?
Smugglers.
Amnoon is to become a sanctuary for all Sun Spear survivors.
Sounds to me like our council is just taking on even more responsibility.
Just a while ago, you were worried they were going to invite Joko in. Now that will clearly never happen.
I was worried the council would fail to put its own citizens first, as Zalambor does. And they did.
Ugh, there really is no pleasing you, is there?
I wonder if she would still be mad if we decided to stay on their own. Yeah, I don't know. Ritlock's perspective differs, but I feel like the commander has always been about favoring alliances and bringing people together. Alright, off we go. But yeah, the refugees, they've seen the Forged firsthand. Maybe some of them have even seen Balthazar himself. Because, yeah, Balthazar's power is diminished for some reason. So he doesn't, because, Masada are invisible, but gods, you can look at them, but you'll just go blind. And that's the thing that they have. Alright, what's up? Deputy Ayu.
Deputy, Captain Rahim pointed me in your direction. Would you mind if I talk to a few of the refugees about Balthazar?
You're welcome to try. Not a lot of folks are in a talking mood. This camp's gonna be no better than the places they fled, if we can't get more aid out here soon.
I'll see what I can do. Maybe people will be more inclined to talk when they feel safer.
We certainly wouldn't say no to some help. Priestess Karima can tell you what we need most. Good fortune to you.
Alright, Priestess Karima. They call me as truth, redeem you, Outlander. I'll pass. What can you tell me about the situation here? Balthazar's forces have been raiding our entire region for supplies, without care for the innocents in his way. We hear he is close to acquiring something important for his war effort. Oh, that's not good. Do you have any idea what Balthazar is searching for? What mortal can comprehend the desires of the gods? What little we know of his search comes from the less aggressive of his Zaitian followers. Who are the Zaitian? Once, the Zaitian Order was a powerful guild that fought demonic forces and oversaw Balthazar's honor. Now its most zealous followers fight to support his forged army. Okay, so there's living humans fighting in the forged army. Willingly. They sound like bastards. But they were once, pretty much what you just said. They were around and Guild Wars 1 too. Can you tell me where Balthazar's army is based in this area?
The forge! Quick, everyone out of the fields!
A large
no! We're trapped!
Huddle up. If you can fight, stand with me.
A large contingent of his forces made camp southwest of the Temple of Cormier. Where is your temple located? Follow the road from Amnoon's eastern gate and northeast into the Crystal Desert. You'll find your way to the temple. Alright, thank you for the information. I will ask you some other questions in a moment, but it looks like we're under attack. Alright, let's move out. Come on. Jump. Not so fast. Alright, yeah, so as you can see, the Forge seem to be targeting the refugee camp, and if you think about it, she said they were after supplies, and they are killing people and apparently using their souls to turn into the Forged. So I guess targeting the refugees makes sense. They're actually not after the city yet.
I'm bleeding.
If they are at all. Come here. Alright, so hopefully I can kill these guys, and that will eliminate the need to do the busy work, like feeding the refugees and so on. I'll just help out the camp by stopping a forged raid. Oh fuck. Kind of cool how they can create like these walls, like ways beyond the physics of the game. Like it's kind of an interesting thing.
That should stop you.
Alright, come on.
Kill them all.
Those down. Alright. Wait, thank you. Not with you yet.
You can't stop me.
That's what I'm
gaining adrenaline.
Big wall fight. Yeah, there's a lot of new effects and assets that came in Path of Fire. Let's roll through that.
Keep fighting. Without us, our city will starve.
Oh, okay. So they're going for the farm. They're growing plants here to feed the city. Alright, what else can I take out? Hi there. Yeah, so they're trying to starve out the city. I mean, if they're trying to starve out the city, then I guess they're probably going like for a full-on invasion at some point. They're just going to have the ground forces. Either that or they're devoted elsewhere. So they're using like guns and stuff as well. So Balthazar seems to have evolved in his way of fighting. You think a god of war from that last time was on Tyria hundreds of years ago would be using very classic weaponry, but no, the Forged are evolving and fast. Yeah, it's like it's weird. How did he create them? I guess like a god of war and fire is supposed to be associated with like forging steel creatures and so on, but like Balthazar's never used creatures like this in the past, not even willing ones. You'd think before he sort of started acting like a dick, this would be something he did all the time. Like willing followers would be turned into these forged creatures. You'd think that would be something that we would have heard of, but we haven't. I mean, Torek wouldn't have because he's a Char, and this might not have been something he's educated on. But like, there's no human knowledge on this. So these Forged are an entirely new creature. So what has Balthazar done? What has he learned that's allowed him to create creatures like this?
I failed you.
I mean, they're not much of an obstacle for me, but like the average citizen, this is a nightmare. And also the fact that he can create unwilling constructs of these means he can raise an army very quickly in a short time. So if he kills like Torek and lays waste to the entire Crystal Desert and moves on a loner, this situation could go very south very fast.
No.
We survived somehow. Thanks to you, we can go on to feed our people.
Alright, well I guess these refugees will talk to me now. Just saved all their lives instead of giving them a little bit of water. Oh no, not quite, hang on. I'll feed some of them. Donated food. Give it to a child. You've been through a lot, now I'm a giant monster who's gonna hand you a Little apple. Eat it. You know.
Thanks!
Alright, let's talk to the refugees now. What's happening over there? Okay, so some of the Zaitians seem to be pressuring people to join. Now this is the exact sort of thing Char hate.
Don't listen to this fanatic!
Death to blasphemers!
Man, you have Flame Legion written all over your face. Oh, the fuck did you just do? Come here.
You can't stop
Balthazar!
Good, he's dead. I'll deal with that later. But yeah, so the Zaitian, yeah, so they seem to be like pre-marshalling. I wonder how many people they actually convinced to join them. Anyway.
What happened to you out in the desert?
We very nearly didn't make it out alive. We escaped the salt flats right before a forged invasion. Balthazar has turned the whole desert upside down and... I'm sorry. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
I wonder if it's an exaggeration or if he's actually across the whole Crystal Desert.
Excuse me. Can you tell me what happened to you?
We fled north to escape Balthazar's Forged, but they've been marching the same way lately, up into the highlands. At this rate, we'll run out of places to retreat to in no time flat.
So he's marching up into the highlands. What's he doing up there? You'd think he'd be going, I don't know, south? That's where Krakatorik seems to have gone. Okay, yeah, because now that we're in Path of Fire, I can sort of show you this, like this extended brand here. Okay, don't want to go down any further than that. But yeah, so Krakatorik, this is where Destiny's Edge and Glint fought Krakatorik. They actually did a pretty significant blow against him, but because Logan wasn't there, he went to defend Queen Jenna from Brandon attacking Ebonhawk. Because he wasn't there, like the members of the guild that were defending Snaff got overwhelmed, and so Snaff was killed. And he had actually managed to sort of...
is blind to the troubles of our world.
He'd actually managed to sort of possess Krakatorik's mind. And so, if they had managed to fully, like, sort of possess Krakatorik's mind and stun him, Ritlock, he had a spear made from Krakatorik's blood, and that was actually for some reason really effective on him. And so that spear, Ritlock was like right in front of Krakatorik. He was swinging it, he was going for the death blow, he was charging at him, and Krakatorik didn't get stunned long enough because Snaff was dead, and Krakatorik got up and flew away. So, right on this spot, Krakatorik nearly died, but instead Destiny's Edge was shattered. And now he's moved south towards Babi. It's probably the biggest city in Alona. Alright, hi.
Excuse me. Can you tell me what happened to you?
We left a group hiding from forged attacks in Destiny's Gorge after walking out of the Elon Riverlands to the south. We thought we were in the clear, but we were followed. I had a chance to run, and I took it. I still hear the screams. I ran when it started, and... Oh, Dwayne, forgive me. I'm a coward. I should have died with them.
No, you shouldn't have. Then take heart. Balthazar will pay for this.
I love when Guild Wars gets down to like the nitty-gritty of like, this guy, he's got survivor's guilt. I mean, like, he couldn't have beat the Forge. He couldn't have. But he thinks he should have done something.
Ours is here. Now.
Interesting dialogue from the Zaitian there. They're kind of trying to win people over by saying, hey, Balthazar's at least doing something. He's going to kill the dragons. He's trying to save you. The other gods, they've withdrawn. They're not helping you out at all. They've been gone for hundreds of years. And some people would actually find that argument quite appealing.
What happened to you out in the desert?
We were coming down from the highlands when we ran into a branded ambush. No one would have survived if Vlast hadn't flown in and saved us.
Vlast?
You know, the dragon, Glint's offspring.
Don't you mean Gleam?
Gleam was the name the bards gave him, but his true name is Vlast. He's a savior with wings. We owe him our lives.
That's the first scion. Aureen's brother. He's a good dragon?
He carries on his mother's work. Cormyr praise him.
Where can I find him?
No one knows where he roosts. He just shows up to contest the branded.
So, Irene has a brother. That's great news. I hope. Wait until Timey hears about this. What's next?
Alright, so it seems the commander's heard of Gleam before, which is because in Guild Wars 1, the player actually defends Gleam from destroyers, I think? Right as he's born. So we've actually seen this dragon a long time ago. Alright, let's head back towards Amnoon now. But yeah, so Vlast is, like, his mother was killed. He, for whatever reason, wasn't at the fight at Glint's lair. Maybe Glint kept him away, maybe this wasn't enough time. But yeah, so he seems to some extent, be continuing on with Gleam's work and trying to fight Krakatorik, just by killing all the branded that he can nearby. And he would make a very powerful ally if he's on our side. I mean, Aurine's already showing a lot of promise. She did take some of the magic from Mordremoth. So she might be more powerful, at least from a brute force standpoint, but she can't really utilize a lot of that power right now. She's a baby. But Vlast, that could be very interesting if we have a dragon on similar power level to Glint, and he's been around for a few hundred, 250 years at this point. Like, that could make for an incredibly powerful ally, one who knows the region, one who probably has a very good idea of whatever that Forge had been up to. So we found some very good information there, but let's go for our last resort. We don't know where Balthazar himself is yet.
What do you want?
You, Kais?
Maybe. Who's asking?
Captain Rahim sent me. He's under the impression that you have access to Hamasin's network.
Yeah? He's wrong. So beat it.
Listen carefully, friend. I'm here to kill the god of war. Don't think I won't swat any flies that get in my way.
Well, if that's your angle, then you need Zalambor. He runs things. He is the Hamasin's network. He's usually in his office in the casino. But he's a very busy man.
I'm sure he'll spare a few moments for me.
Again, I love how badass the commander is. It's like, bruh, just don't. Alright, in we go. So I guess we're going to talk to the lead smuggler in the region. If anyone's going to know what's going on around here, it's a guy who's, like, business is information.
Bring me things I can't find locally, and I'll get you access to a vast kingdom of new customers.
What's he talking to? Alright. Hello, Zalambor. I love these paintings.
You must be Zalambor.
I am. My friends, let's adjourn for now. In the meantime, my casino is yours. Enjoy the Grand Sahil's many luxuries.
I think this is a bug. There's usually NPCs in this room.
You spared me from a few more minutes of dealing with those smugglers. For this, I owe you. But next time, make an appointment.
Maybe I should explain why I'm here.
Oh, I know why you're here, Commander. What I don't know is what it's got to do with me. Elonian wine?
I'll pass.
You sure? It's not poisoned or anything.
I'm offended, Zalambor. You've never once offered me wine.
Ah! I present to you Archon Iberu of the Morden Crescent. Archon, the commanders come to us all the way from Lion's Arch.
Morden Crescent? One of Palawa Joko's undead?
I'll be honored with awakening soon enough, but today I still have a pulse, Outlander. As I'm sure you're aware, Chief Counselor Iman invited me here to discuss military aid for Amnoon. And just as I arrive, I hear the Council has decided against the Alliance. It's not too late, Zalambor. Reverse this situation before it gets any more out of hand.
Me? I wasn't even there when they made this decision.
That's beside the point. Here's the point.
What are you?
Don't.
Upon the next meeting of the Council, your lapdog counselor will have a sudden change of heart.
Please.
He will argue. Enough of this! Awaken! Reduce this eyesore to rubble!
Alright. He was just gonna say some more shit down there. You can read it if you want.
It's unwise to intervene in our affairs, Outlander.
I'm full of unwise ideas, but protecting the living from an undead army isn't one of them. Forgive.
Beat your chest all you like.
Kill them all!
Soon you won't be allowed to enter this city, so not without an army. But you can't get up here, if I recall. Alright. Where are you going?
Adrenaline full.
Well, I guess we know siding with Joker was not a good idea.
I feel strong, but I was chosen.
Down. Oh, got some spirit here. They're everywhere.
Kill them all!
That's
right!
You move! Oh. Okay, so I've never done that before. Apparently...
My apologies for the unpleasantness, Commander. This is why I insist on appointments.
Happy to help. Mainly because now you owe me.
The fact that I'm still able to walk is a point in your favor for sure. And this time of war does make for strange bedfellows. Cormier knows I've had worse.
I'm only after Balthazar. You understand? I can't be dragged down by whatever else you've got going on.
My organization makes it possible for me to do many things. Fund public works, donate to our refugee guests, keep candle after candle burning at Cormier's temples. I never wanted to cross the Morden Crescent, but I suppose it was inevitable. I'm grateful you were here for the Archon's overture, so I'll keep an ear to the ground on your behalf.
Looks like I'm done here. Now to see if I can reach Timey. She said higher ground.
Just one of those pyramids will do. Yeah, so it seems that the Morden Crescent are under the impression that Zalambur has enough influence to sway the council. So they want to take Amnoon without a fight, which is interesting because you'd think they wouldn't care if they're so much more they're so powerful. You think they would just take it? But I don't know. Maybe the Forge are doing a serious number on them. But again, the Awakened hadn't really pushed on Amnoon for a long time, so maybe they just don't have the army to push that far north without garrisoning it. But we also heard that a lot of the people in Joker's kingdom are happy that he's ruling, so I don't know, maybe it could be kind of like a brainwashing situation like we see in modern day dictatorships. It's hard to say exactly. It's not exactly higher ground, but oh well.
Timey, do you read? Come in. Nah, I must not be getting a signal.
I'm here, Commander. I read you. Glad you made it to the Crystal Desert in one piece. You are in one piece, right?
So far.
Did you duke it out with the fire guy yet? What's happening? Update. Update now.
Balthazar's got the desert in chaos. I'm trying to find the shortest route to him to, well, you know. But I think the biggest news I've heard is a story about a dragon. Vlast. Supposedly he's another scion of Glint, Oreen's brother.
What? Well, tell me all about him. What's his height, wingspan, powers? Did he eat anybody in front of you?
I haven't met him yet, but I'll let you know. How are things in Rada Novus?
It's hard to change people's minds with conjecture, so I'm trying to prove that killing dragons isn't ideal. I'm also trying to get all the Dragon Lab info into Scruffy so I can become more mobile. It's a madhouse in the lab now. They're giving tours. Tours! Ugh. Speaking of which, here comes one now. Check back in when you get a chance.
Yeah, so it seems she's going to be forced out of Rada Novus sooner or later. Would have been great if they never discovered it, but oh well. Alright, read the mail from Zalambur. Commander, you've heard my gratitude. Oops, sorry. I can't read the first line anymore. You've earned my gratitude by helping thwart a hostile takeover. In return, oh, is it? I'm busy. 1 second.
Getting
You brought them here. Where was I? Commander, you've earned my gratitude by helping thwart a hostile takeover. In return, I've come by some information I know will be valuable to you. I've summoned your guildmates to meet with you in my casino so that all of you can hear what I've learned. Alright, well, I think that's where I'm going to end it for today. But that was pretty fucking quick. I'm assuming what time has passed, I don't know. But you have an interesting look for someone here to kill Balthazar, supposedly. Boris. Do I need to do something about that? Alright, well, anyway. Bye for now.